What are you really buying when you buy a midterm rental? The couch or the cash flow? You and I both know it is the cash flow wearing a sofa costume. First, aim for a cap rate that makes the deal worth your trouble, not just your group chat bragging rights. A solid target is often around 8% or higher, because that gives you a cushion if vacancy, repairs, or taxes decide to crash the party. Cap rate is just the property's yearly profit before debt divided by the price you pay. If a place makes $16,000 a year and costs $200,000, that is an 8% cap rate, which is the kind of math that does not need a superhero cape. Cash on cash is the next filter, and it asks a very simple question: how hard is your money working for you? For midterm rentals, many investors want at least 12 to 15% cash on cash, because if your down payment is doing all the heavy lifting and getting no applause, something is off. That number is your annual cash profit, compared with the cash you put in, like down payment, closing costs, and setup costs. So if you put $60,000 in and keep $9,000 a year after everything, your cash on cash is 15%, which is nice and tidy and does not need a TED Talk. Now for neighborhood score, because even the nicest spreadsheet cannot save a bad block with bad vibes. You want a score that looks strong on safety, access to hospitals or business areas, parking, walkability, and quiet streets, since midterm guests often want calm, not chaos, and a surprise drum circle. Think of it like this: your guest is probably a travel nurse, corporate worker, or someone between homes, not a backpacker trying to find themselves in the laundry room. They want convenience, low drama, and a place that feels like a small victory after a long day. Look for neighborhoods where demand has a reason to exist all year, not just during one seasonal boom. Hospitals, universities, major employers, and insurance displacement work can keep the calendar from going full tumbleweed. A lot of people get distracted by pretty finishes and forget the ugly little math goblin in the corner. Granite counters do not matter if the property sits where nobody wants to stay for 30 nights because the area feels sketchy after dark. We also want to check operating costs, because a deal can look amazing until insurance, taxes, cleaning, and utilities show up like uninvited cousins. Midterm rentals usually have lower turnover than short-term rentals, but you still need reserves because furnaces do not care about your optimism. A simple filter is this: buy only if the deal still works after you pencil in realistic vacancy, repairs, and management. If the numbers only work with perfect occupancy and magical thinking, that is not an investment. That is a wish with a mortgage. You should also compare the property to other rentals nearby, because the market is always whispering clues. If similar places are renting fast to month-long guests and your place has the right layout, that is a green light with sensible shoes. Midterm guests usually like furnished units, easy parking, strong internet, and a kitchen that does not look like it lost a fight with time. That means your acquisition criteria should include room for those upgrades, because a cheap house that needs 10 fixes can become an expensive lesson with blinds. So here's the plain version. You want decent cap rate, strong cash on cash, and a neighborhood that makes practical sense for month-long stays. If the deal passes those tests, then you are not just buying a house, you are buying a repeatable system with fewer surprises and better odds. And if you want to learn more about our company, check out our links in the description.